We're on 39 North today at Helix Center, which is our innovation center focusing on agricultural technology with Ginger Imster, our head of innovation. So you're hosting a really high-level group from the Netherlands today.
Yes, very much so. So the direct report to the Prince Orange, who actually heads up Startup Delta for the entire country of the Netherlands, came in today to look at our biomedical, ag tech, and tech transfer communities.
What is it about St. Louis that they thought was important enough to travel here?
You know, the connectivity between the different institutions, so public, private, university, research-led, all the way down to student-led groups, and how are we as a community commercializing research into viable businesses that are creating jobs and improving our economy.
And I think what people would not know about the Netherlands is how much of a focus they have on agriculture. They're such a tiny country.
Yeah, but relative to total value, they're the second largest exporter of food in the world. So we are closely aligned around ag, we're closely aligned around multimodal logistics, we're closely aligned around biomedical. We have so many synergies, and they have tremendously highly regarded institutions of higher education. They have 13 universities, 10 of which are in the top 20 in the world. So they're incredibly gifted when it comes to research.
And you're just back from the Netherlands to learn about what they were doing there. So where did you go and what did you learn?
Yeah, so I attended FNA Next, which is their food and agriculture event. That was earlier this spring, and it was incredible because we could actually see the synergies between, again, our various institutions, what their public government is doing to encourage investment, public investment, to incent private investment in new enterprise, but also what the research institutions are doing to encourage students and scientists to be commercializing their research. And they're here today because they feel strongly that there's opportunity for them to learn from us because we do those things faster.
Interesting.
Our institutions are our higher education institutions and the scientists within, particularly when you look at Washington University and certainly SLU and the University of Missouri system. Those scientists, there's a culture of support for improving how the research gets out into the market. That wasn't always the case.
Okay.
And so we've had to learn
I think that
that.
would surprise people to know that we're considered very rapid in how we take learnings out of the universities and get them to market.
It hasn't always been that way.
Okay.
It hasn't always been to the benefit of the faculty or the student doing it. It's required our institutions of higher education to fundamentally shift how they think about that commercialization such that it isn't about protecting the university's assets, but it's really about getting that research out into the marketplace where it can be effective. And so the Dutch recognize that they have tremendous opportunity, but they're slow to have that culture, that adoption of culture, whereby the universities are encouraging and incenting their scientists and their students to commercialize that research.
So the whole day today, and you did a lot of different things. You were at the Cortex Innovation Community, you were at the Biogenerator Labs, you were here at Helix Center. What was your favorite part?
You know, I couldn't pick one.
Okay.
But they were very intentionally one leading to the next. So we started with tech transfer, then we looked at biomedical, then we had lunch with leadership from the Mercy Health System and the Ascension Health System to celebrate our incredible
health
abundance
systems.
of health systems and medical systems. And then we ended the day at Helix Center in the ag tech space intentionally.
A lot of talk about Yield Lab.
Yield Lab, and it was where they could actually see how all those worlds are starting to converge. You know, the Cortex Innovation District, how that has been an inspiration for much of what we see now within the 39 North Innovation District, and how many of the same cornerstones, many of the same leaders are shared between these institutions, certainly through the Danforth Plant Science Center and Cortex Innovation District, right? There's a lot of commonality there between institutions and individuals, and how public funds have been used to leverage private investment and philanthropy.
Well, congrats on a really productive day.
I can't wait for them to come back and for us to go there.
Me too. No, a great relationship.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thanks, Katie.